It has two AFC-50s. It's probably the most heat-friendly of all the Lokis. As a result, people configure the mech in a wide variety of ways. The two AFCs by themselves deal 40 points of damage, and two smalls, two mediums, and you have two machine guns as well as an SRM-6. As a result, in one pop, you can do 56 points of damage in close to any part of a mech. It can kill any mech out there, and you don't really have to pay the heat consequence associated with it. As a result, a couple of times, if you rock across the battlefield and you see a number of mechs that are lit up, and you want to use that heavy punch shot, you're going to wind up with a lot of kills. The Loki Prime, to me, is probably the largest kill mech for me because it relies on exact targeting, and it does provide a fair amount of damage with each shot.
Loki Prime is my favorite mech because it suits my fighting style. I'm a long-range sniper. I'm also a leg hunter. And the premise that I always operate on is if I can hit you and you can't hit me, I'm going to win. It's that simple. The Loki Prime has got one of the longest reaches of all the mechs. It doesn't have to be fast because it can reach out and hit you up to 900 meters. It's very heat efficient. For 40 points of damage, you only do 6 points of heat. You can't beat that.
The Loki 1 is an awesome mech because of its firepower. Out of all the mechs, it does the most directed damage. In fact, if set up properly, it can destroy most of the other mechs in 2 well-placed shots. Because of this ability, the Loki 1 is a good choice as a cleanup mech in a team game, although in a free-for-all, its somewhat slow reload time leaves it open to attack. Another disadvantage is that it tends to run kind of hot, so the pilot has to keep an eye on his heat scale to avoid getting shut down and become a perfect target for everybody else in the game.
Loki 1 is great for damage, great for dealing damage, but the recycling on the AFC 100 is time-consuming, and if you lose that arm with the AFC 100, you don't have much to back you up.
The Loki 2 is good for long-range directed attacks. It matches the 4' in long-range damage, and 120 kph is one of the faster mechs. But its low close-range damage and reloaded heat problems means that at close range, this mech is in trouble. The best way to play this mech would be to stay on the fringes of the fight, making the most out of the long range and speed abilities, and then at the same time stay out of the range of the heavier hitters, like the Loki Primes and the Loki 1s and such.
Only play the Loki 2 if you know how to beat a shutdown code. It's going to run really, really hot. The energy weapons on this mech are just nasty. When I play, I usually dump the smalls because the recharge on those always messes up my heat balance. It's really, really hot. Only play it if you know how to play heat.
This was a mech that I had used in leagues, and I used as an outside mech until such time as we had decided to engage. The LRM-20 is a nice touch because every time you fired and hit the target, that's 40 points of damage randomly distributed over the mech. The reload time is enough to allow the heat consequence to back down when you decide to use the PPC and the large in conjunction with it. So it does have a nice long range touch if you're able to get outside and use it. With the machine guns and the smalls, it can infight a little bit, but not up against much stronger mechs.
Okay, the Loki 4 is an okay mech. It has advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantages are that it's very slow, but the advantages are it has a lot of firepower, and if you can manage your heat real well, it's an okay mech to play. The advantage is the low, if you don't fire constantly, the low heat rate for as much damage as you can do is very good. The extra armor is very good, and the speed is very good. The disadvantage is all you have is small lasers, 2 mediums, and SRM. So if you're looking for variety, it's not a good variety mech, but other than that, it's a good mech.
Well, it was a mech I'd qualified as master in, but basically it's an all-energy weapon mech. It possesses a heck of a lot of armor, and the fact that I can pull off 3 spin shots in a row within a very, very short period of time without overheating appeals to me. I don't ever have to worry about ammunition running out. I have a missile if I want to use it, but I consider it an infighting mech, and I consider it the kind of mech that would kill anything else out there on the battlefield given enough time.
The Loki 6 in the right hand is an extremely dangerous mech. It's 8 medium lasers, gives it a powerful spin shot every 4 seconds or so, and it does it out to a maximum range of 600 meters. With a top speed and acceleration that outmatches most of the other mechs, it can stay out at maximum range, where mechs like the Thor 6 and the Loki 5 really can't do it any kind of harm. It's got slightly better than average armor, and it dissipates heat a little bit quicker than most of the other mechs. Even still, if you're not careful, it's real easy to overheat this mech, but if you redistribute your weapons properly, you can run the thing for almost forever without having to worry about heat.
The Loki 6 is a fun mech. It lives for heavy fog. You run 6 smalls as you run 6 mediums as your primary shot, and then you have all 8 mediums as when you really want to hit somebody. But you can shoot those 6 mediums off quite a while before you have to worry about overheating.
Drone? Well, you can basically outrun anybody. Concentrate your shots. You don't have a lot of damage, so concentrate them. It should be okay.
The drone is a really powerful mech. It goes so far as to get you better at targeting. It also is, it helps you out with psychological warfare. Now when I say psychological warfare, I mean, basically what you do is you split your 2 small lasers up. It only has 3 weapons. Okay, it has 2 small lasers and an SRM 2-pack. So if it throws everything at you, it can do a combined total of 9 points of damage. That's it. You know, whereas other mechs are doing 50, 60, 100, 180, whenever. Basically what I do is I split them up. A small laser fires every 2 seconds. So what I do is I fire boom, 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 and you're getting hit non-stop like that. So in your head you're thinking, my God, I'm getting hit left and right. He's just tearing me up. Yet I'm only doing 3 points per shot. But it's every 2 seconds you're getting hit. Actually, it could be less than that, every 2 seconds. It could be 1. And that throws a lot of people off. A lot of people don't understand that, you know, a lot of people don't play with looking at their damage, how much damage they're taking. It's just their main screen, when it flashes, they know they're getting hit, plus they hear it, and they're thinking, God, this guy's all over me, you know, what am I going to do, how am I going to lose him? Yet you're only doing 2 points a shot, which it helps your game out, because if you are not confident in the people you're playing, then you might as well not even play them.